Let's start with the financial freedom bucket, the ultimate goal for everyone, I guess. We got this question. So they want to be financially free by 50 and currently in their late 20s, so they do have a bit of time. Can you discuss some strategies for creating multiple income streams and building passive income to reach this goal?
Yeah, great question, and one definitely comes up a lot. And just reflecting on our member base, like 80% of our members would be in their 20s, 30s. So that sense of financial freedom is one that they acknowledge is maybe not going to happen in the short term. But what I love about this question is they've given themselves some time to really drive towards that. So they've given themselves a good, 20, 25 years to drive towards that. And for someone in your 20s, someone in your 30s, the sooner you start on that journey to financial freedom, the greater the chance that you're going to have of actually getting there. In terms of building multiple income streams, building a passive income, generating an investment income, before we actually address that particular point, it's really important that we think about what financial freedom actually means for you. And the reason I say that is because financial freedom is a very broad term. Does that mean having no debt? So paying off the home loan? Does that mean working less? Does that mean potentially working the same amount but earning less in more purpose-driven work? So financial freedom is really, really different. So before embarking on any investment journey, it's important we have a good understanding in terms of what it is we're actually driving towards. And I'd argue that the passive income or the multiple income streams is just an enabler to give us that sense of freedom. But if we don't know what it is we're actually driving towards, it's going to be very hard to gauge whether we're on or off track. Some ways that I've seen, certainly have seen a number of our members drive towards financial freedom and areas that we've assisted them with. The first is turning skills into a side hustle. So for those that, potentially writers, content creators, photographers, etc., they might have the day job, but go out there, earn a little bit of extra cash on the side, through freelancing or consulting type work. And that can be a really powerful way to build wealth beyond the day job. And often it's work that people tend to typically enjoy more than the day job. Think about the sharing economy. So an example of that would be Airbnb or car share. Like if you're living in a city and you've got a car and you're not using it Monday to Friday, rent it out. Like there's plenty of platforms out there that will enable you to get, additional passive income through when you're not even being inconvenienced by it. The Airbnb one is something that I personally use. So my partner and I, a number of years ago now, lived in Coogee, in the eastern suburbs of Sydney. We had a 2-bedroom apartment and we rented out the spare bedroom. Did we want randoms living in our spare bedroom? Not really, but for $300 a night, I was willing to put up with it.
Yeah.
So, if you've got some space that you can rent out, $300 a night, renting out 2-3 nights a week, quite quickly adds up to tens of thousands of dollars over the course of the year. So, really thinking about how we can take advantage of the sharing economy, which we're all very very familiar with, very, very comfortable with. And then there's, I was going to say the more traditional, but I guess another way to rephrase that is the areas that we specifically help our members with. And that's, building out a, really healthy stock portfolio so that we're seeing growth in those investments. We're also seeing dividends or distributions off the back of those portfolios, acknowledging that with a stock portfolio, you might be thinking, oh, that sounds, really big and audacious. One of the biggest draw cards, certainly for me and working with our members to the stock market, is you can start small, right? Like if you're in your 20s and you're putting away a couple of $100 a week or a couple of $100 a month, the compounding impact driving towards that financial freedom in your 50s is going to be massive. And then the one that often comes to mind when people think about investment or passive income is property. So buying an investment property, paying down their mortgage and inevitably being able to utilize that rental income to potentially work less, or do more purpose-aligned work. So, which may come at a pay cut.
Equity mind.
I will say this about investing. Everything you do learn is cumulative. What I learned at 20 is useful.